right, welcome to Beyond the Forecast, talking about weather and climate and classic rock and yacht rock with my buddy Patrick Hammer from the South Bureau in Hamburg, New York. Cloudy, some showers threatening certainly over the city of Buffalo right now. Hi, everybody. I'm Kevin O'Neill along with you, and happy to be joined by my immediate supervisor. And he cracks the whip sometimes around here. He's a tough boss. Patrick Hammer, what are the, I would imagine cloudy, some showers there?
Yes, but first a yacht rock update. You know how we start the show. We need to have an update on current events in yacht rock. And this just in, well, it was in about a week ago, Donald Fagen from Steely Dan announced he's not touring anymore. So Steely Dan, the touring band, has run its course. I'm devastated. I don't know how I'm gonna plan my summers anymore when they would usually tour. I saw them all over the country. I saw them at Shea's.
Classic, no more. There are a multitude of like Steely Dan tribute bands though.
There are, but nothing beats the best. Anyway, coming up after Kevin's forecast, we're going to talk about severe weather this week across the country. There's been a plethora of severe weather events, including tornadoes, and we'll give a little a synopsis of what has happened this week, what to expect, why now, why is April and May so, prolific with severe weather. We'll talk about that. And yeah, talk about how we've had some severe weather here in the month of April, but looking into May, it looks the opposite. Cold and spring-like around here. Yeah,
good news and bad news with the chill that we're anticipating for the first part of May and throughout much of the continental United States. That does lessen the chances of a busy tornado season, which in May typically, statistically, is the #1 month for tornadoes. Yeah, it's another cool, wet day again. Later on, I'll be talking about some stats about March and April combined and what that means. And if you think it's been wetter than average, absolutely. If you've been following along, or if you're a property owner, right? A wet backyard, damp, a lot of muddy puppy paws around, and not as much time to play. You have to pick and choose. And again, as a meteorologist, I'm like, let's play today because it's going to be cool and damp for a couple of days, beyond. So, at least for the weekend, at least it's going to be mainly dry for the weekend, but it's going to be like a nice kind of a March weekend, because the temperatures are going to be below where they should be. For the first weekend in May. Okay, let's talk about what's going on right now as you join us at 12:33, watching us at whatever screen you're watching on, you darn kids and your internet. So scattered showers right now we see into Genesee County, into the eastern portion of our viewership. I call it eastern western New York. So again, Attica, some showers. Looks like Darien getting some showers in there. Stafford is here, and we see Holland, which is close to Arcade, getting some showers as well. Java, there's Arcade, showers. Machias, and we got some showers near the Collins, Gowanda, Zor Valley right here. Gowanda is always interesting. Gowanda is in 2 different counties. I think it's the only municipality that's in 2 counties. It is in Erie and Cattaraugus County, the village of Gowanda. Shingle House, PA, also getting some showers. Hello to our viewers in Pennsylvania. Here's what we're looking at now. We'll show you the big picture here, future look. Again, not a rainy day today. We'll be measuring our rain in hundredths of an inch. Tomorrow's another day with shower activity. Again, not an all-day rain, and if you are, the farther south you are in our viewing area, so the NYPA line, more likely to closer the quarter, half inch. But for Niagara County, if you're not spared entirely, well, again, you'll be measuring your rain about 1/10 of an inch or less, okay? I think the sports will probably, like any softball or baseball games tomorrow that your kids, your nephew, or your grandkids, or you have scheduled, I think it'll probably happen for you tomorrow, okay? Again, total rain anticipated. Again, we're measuring today in hundredths of an inch. We tack on tomorrow's rain, and we see closer to, a quarter, half inch of rain by the NYPA line. And again, here's a 0.1, a tenth of an inch or so for Buffalo. So, rather inobtrusive. It's going to be more of a nuisance than anything else. Not going to get the soaking rain that we had yesterday, the pervasive rain, about over a half inch of rain. Okay, here's the zoomed in now future look, just to time out everything. And again, we're just repeating some scattered showers expected today. It is going to be cooler than we would like. Tomorrow, no rain for the morning commute. In and around Buffalo. You'll see Jamestown getting rain in the morning. The rain will spread again more so for the southern tier, getting more rain than, say, the Niagara frontier, which includes Buffalo and Niagara County. By evening, I think your Friday night plans will be dry, but again, cooler than we would like. And for the weekend, only just a slight chance, like a 30% chance of a shower is what Jen, this is a Jen Stenonis forecast, by the way, so that's why it's going to be super accurate. There's just a slight chance of a shower on Saturday during the day, and I think just to be safe, she has a slight chance of showers in southern tier Sunday. I think for Buffalo, I think you're dry both days, I'll be honest with you. But again, temperatures will be closer to 50-ish as we continue along. We're around 50 right now. And again, that's where we're going to kind of hang out for our day today with more clouds than sun and some showers around. I did a morning show at a garden center today. And I said, what are some things we can do? What are some things we can't do? I actually did a segment last week with our garden expert, Jackie Albarella. What can we do? What can't we do? If your lawn's too wet, you don't want to mow it. It's also too soon to plant those sensitive flowers, petunias and sunflowers. It's too soon, and it's because of this frost advisory again. Because Buffalo is capable of these weather shenanigans, and here we go again with temperatures in the mid to low 30s, and some areas of frost are projected for tomorrow, for tonight into tomorrow morning. I have a couple hanging baskets. If you do, I'll tell you. Where's my phone? Oh, here it is. I have an alarm. I set an alarm at 8 p.m. to bringing the hanging baskets in because they're $25. So I don't want to waste $50 on hanging baskets. So yeah, I bring them in, and then tomorrow when it's above 40, bring them back out again. Future look at temperatures again. Temperatures falling through the, here we go, look at the sub-freezing, below 32 degrees in Ellicottville, Franklinville, Olean, Bradford also at 31, Lafayette, PA at 30. So we're in the 30s tomorrow. A cold start for the kiddos at the bus stop again. Hat and gloves in May. I don't have a problem with that. It's going to be plenty chilly, even though we're pretty acclimated with this. It's certainly cooler than we would like. Oh yeah, I talked about highs for the weekend. I think it's dry or mainly dry both days, maybe just a trace of showers moving by. I think you're okay if your outdoor plans. But again, highs around 50 or so. If there is, hopefully there's not, but if there is a Game 7 for the Buffalo Sabres, I think the Sabres, and we don't know, if there is a Game 7, we don't know when it'll be. But I think it'll be a dry day, a high around 50. If there is an outdoor watch party somewhere, I think it'll be, you're going to want to dress for temperatures in the 40s. Again, cooler temps. We're sort of been cursed with the rainy conditions, and now cooler than average temperatures. Spring is my least favorite month. Spring is my least favorite season around here. I love our summers, unbeatable. I love our falls. But winter we deal with. We play in the snow. Springs are awfully stubborn around here with the cloudy and cool conditions. So we're going to have a few showers tonight. Rain again tomorrow, especially for areas south. If you're south of Springville, more likely to get a quarter to half inch of rain. If you're north of Springville, closer to 1 to 2/10 of an inch. And again, cooler into the weekend. Just minimal shower chances, okay? And again, I think you're okay making outdoor plans. I'll be gardening because I know how to party. So I'll be gardening, and I'll be wearing a sweatshirt and jeans. It's certainly not shorts and t-shirt weather, but you'll be able to get outside and do what you have to do this weekend, although your lawn is liable to be plenty soggy. So today, again, mostly cloudy, a few showers. For our tonight, just a few showers again. Temperatures well below average. Let me back up here to get out of the way, get my giant head out of the way. 35 degrees are our low tonight. And again, we saw like lows are closer to 30 in the southern tier. Our future temperatures, this is below where we should be. I got a real quick look at the average. Okay, May. Okay, our average high for May, 62, and for May 1st, 62. And so we are 14 degrees below average. as we begin, or as we flip the calendar to May. It looks like we're flipping it backwards in the temperature department. Again, just a 30% chance of an early shower south. I think I think you're okay with your outdoor plans, and we see the highs around 50, if you'll grant me that, each day. Shower chances continuing. Again, this area low pressure just kind of sitting and spinning, multiple disturbances. Finally, we do boot it out, and we give temperatures kind of getting back to seasonal. We should be low 60s for our high temperature. At least we're going to get 60 and around 60 degrees, even 64 for our Wednesday. So again, cooler than average conditions to start our May. That is going to be throughout much of the continental United States, east of the Mississippi. So that does at least minimize the chances for some severe weather, but May is the peak season for tornadoes across the continental United States. And by the way, the United States, this is a separate topic. We have 75% of the world's tornadoes. It's a homegrown industry. So we'll talk about that. Patrick's going to talk about different peaks for different areas of the country, and including Western New York's peak season. So we'll talk about that after the break. We'll take a break now. We'll talk to the chief after this. All right, let's talk about Carrie Underwood, because she's from Oklahoma. And she has a song about tornadoes, well, about a devastating tornado. And she's from, that's it, man. When they moved the Storm Prediction Center, they moved it to Oklahoma for a reason. And Patrick, it's as frustrating as the spring has been for Western New Yorkers. And then I see video of these wonderful people in Oklahoma, and their neighborhood is gone, Yeah.
Yeah. It is true, Kevin. Before we get into that, can I ask you two quick questions? Do you mind?
Sure.
I want to talk. Okay, first of all, right over here is a tiny, most adorable little chipmunk you've ever seen? Okay. Why is it that if I put a chipmunk, I go, oh my gosh, I want to hold it. It is adorable. Mm-hmm. If that was like a rat or a mouse, I would be scared out of my mind. But they are like the same. Why is it chipmunk? You want to just cuddle it, and then the rat is like, ah! Why is that? Is it the tail?
You know what I miss? I miss squirrels. We don't have squirrels in my neighborhood. We moved to Lancaster, where they cut down all the 20 years ago they cut down all the trees and they put the houses up. And the squirrels haven't come back yet because the trees aren't tall enough yet. And I miss the little squirrels. But you're right. It's a rat with a fluffy. It's just a rat with a good PR agent and a fluffy tail.
Yes, totally. And by the way, the Lancaster squirrels have moved here because they ride this fence all the time. And I don't know if you can see, there's a bird feeder right behind me. These squirrels climb up the bird feeder and then hang and get the goodies in the bird feeder. It's amazing to watch them work.
Can I tell you that my dad, may rest in peace real fast. His squirrels were his arch enemy. And it was hysterical. It was like Sylvester and Tweety. Really? It was like a cartoon. My dad just coming up with all these contraptions to keep squirrels out of the bird feeder. And then one time he used that hot pepper bird seed, and he got it in his eye, and that was a whole other day. So it was a continuing source of amusement for the family. My dad's ongoing battle with the cute little guys. Anyway, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Patrick. The floor is yours.
Yeah. So last thing, a couple years ago, my wife found a squirrel that was like not doing well, like either really sick or it was dying. I don't know what happened. So Kimberly brought in the squirrel and with a little, what do you call that? An eyedropper, fed the squirrel and nursed it to health. Okay. And then on the way to take it to the Humane Society, because you can do that, you can take an injured animal. Well, the darn thing bit her, and she had to go get a shot. So here she was trying to nurse this squirrel back. His name was Squirrely, by the way.
Oh, sure.
Anyway, it was kind of a funny story. She put so much effort into the squirrel. Anyway, my second question will come at the end of the show if we have time, okay? Because I want to get to this. It's Sabres related, okay? Anyway, All right, so Kevin mentioned Oklahoma and Texas, two areas that are prone to tornadoes this time of the year. And boy, did many hit earlier this week. This is a look at Mineral Wells in Texas and the devastation here. From what I believe was, I know that this week there was an EF4 tornado. It's been quite a while since we've had an EF5. I think we've had to go back to 2013. But anyway, devastating. I mean, just look at, these neighborhoods are just destroyed when these big tornadoes come through. And by the way, it doesn't take an EF3, 4, or 5. You can get significant damage from an EF1 or 2. So anyway, it's just, yeah, sometimes you wonder, it's like, why? What does nature have against Oklahoma, Texas, and Missouri, Illinois to create such devastation? Anyway, so let's bring things back. And first of all, what are the areas that see the most tornadoes in this time of the year? And April and May, as Kevin mentioned, is the most prolific time. And here's a map that kind of shows the climatology, if you will, of severe weather this time of the year. And you can see there's clearly an epicenter, if you will, in North Texas, Oklahoma, and the larger area includes Kansas, Nebraska, Missouri, and Arkansas. And there's just a perfect set of ingredients in this region to bring severe weather year after year. And Kevin brought up such a good point about how we're the tornado capital of the world. We have the perfect setup for severe weather in the United States because you have cold to the north, warm to the south. Both of those air masses can meet. There are no mountains in the way to block those air masses, right? It's flat. So those air masses meet in the center part of the country. You have a racing jet stream overhead and then plenty of moisture from a nearby Gulf of Mexico. I mean, it's just perfect. In Europe, for instance, you've got mountain ranges and things that kind of break the flow of wind that would create the perfect ideal setup for severe weather. So what do you need? This is a look right now at kind of the setup we had earlier this week, where this map shows what we call a jet streak. That is an area of enhanced wind way up high, like at the level of where airplanes fly and lower, maybe between 20 and 30,000 feet. And that enhanced jet streak will cause air under it to rise very, very quickly, okay? So those are some of the, what we call upper level ingredients. Then at the surface, we get these areas of low pressure, often called a Colorado low. They form on the lee side or the east side of the Rockies, and that low will travel towards the Great Lakes. You have a very warm, humid air mass out in front of the cold front, and it gets very, very unstable. You have strong winds at the surface out of the south-southeast, meeting winds from a different direction behind the cold front. And then, of course, you have the upper level winds. And this next map here shows you all of the storm reports in that vicinity from this week. And there are hundreds of them. Look at all those dots represent either a hail report, a wind report, and if you look really close, the red dots are tornado reports. And there were numerous tornadoes in Oklahoma, Texas. By the way, Oklahoma has almost reached their yearly total of tornadoes for the season. They average about 69 tornadoes every year in the state of Oklahoma. They've already had 49. Okay, and so far they've had twice their April average. So it's been a very kind of scary across, well, Tornado Alley. That's why it's given that name, because that's the area that gets most of the severe weather. Now, if you go region by region across the United States, you can kind of see the peak times of when tornadoes are most common. Across the south and southeast, you have an earlier time. In fact, the Southeast has two tornado seasons. They have, the spring, April, May, and then also November, December, they get quite a bit. But as you work north, you'll see different regions have later peak times for tornadoes. You enter the June, July range, and you'll see that even into Pennsylvania and New York. The best times for tornadoes here are mid-summer, late summer too, the reason is the jet stream by then has really migrated farther to the north, and you get more of that energy and spin, whereas in the south in the summer, it gets too darn hot, believe it or not. You get a big dome of high pressure, boiling hot temperatures, and that kind of caps the atmosphere. So you get less tornado activity and severe weather activity in Texas and Oklahoma in the summer versus the spring. Okay, just a couple of little tornado facts here in terms of frequency and numbers. We've had 3, by the way, here in New York this season already, 2 in Machias and 1 in Farmersville. Machias had one at the last day of March, an EF1, and on tax day, April 15th, an EF0. And then in Farmersville, we had a tornado there too, an EF0. So we've had our own fair share. New York, I think, averages 6 a year, and we've already had 3 in our neck of the woods. And by the way, tornadoes in the state of New York, you can see, you average 1 in April, May, June, 3 in July, 2 August, 1 September. And then so far in 2026, you can see we've already had 3. Okay, there you go. That's kind of a rundown of the severe weather, the early season spring weather, severe weather. And as we noted, the weather pattern, not only here, but nationwide, is going to really quiet down because so much cold air has invaded the eastern half of the country for the foreseeable future. That's going to kind of shut down severe weather for a little while anyway. All right, when we come back, I have a very important question for Kevin about the Sabres, and we'll kind of wrap things up. And again, we'll wait till after the break, but I need your thoughts on something.
Sounds good. I got some unfun facts about our wet spring so far, too. This is the 8 to 14-day temperature outlook, and again, the good news is below average temperatures for much of the eastern Mississippi and for down south. That's good news for less tornadoes, but bad news for golfers like me that are waiting to get out with below average temperatures continuing at least from now through Mother's Day. A couple graphics I want to show you. Let's tack on yesterday's rain to these totals. Yesterday, 0.6 of an inch, so our April total, about 5.5 inches of rain. In March, we had about a little over 6 inches of rain. So March and April combined, just shy of 12 inches of rain. The average for that period is a little bit above 6. So again, March was the 2nd wettest March of all time. This April so far is the 6th wettest April of all time. So we've had nearly double the amount of spring rain, Patrick. But at least we got the Sabres to look forward to.
Okay, real quick. Do you fear the potential of a Game 7?
No.
And the reason I ask is if there were to be a Game 7, hold on.
Okay.
The Bruins would have won 2 in the row. There would have been a lot of momentum with the Bruins, and it seems like the home team has not been as good as the away team this round. What are your thoughts on Game 6 on Friday?
I don't think the Bruins can win 3 in a row from the Sabres, and they're going to have to do it. They already won one. Yeah, it's going to be, hey, it's just another opportunity and to make Buffalo sports history with the Game 7, but hopefully it's not needed, right?
Oh, yeah, let's hope. Let's hope.